All right, guys, welcome to the show. The legend himself, my man BK Bernie Kosar.
Bernie Kosar on Cribs in the
Welcome.
CLE. Hey, Bernie.
Good morning. Great to be with you both.
Good to have
Excellent,
you.
man. So listen, the Browns are in the playoffs. The last time I can remember, and I know they went in 0-2, but the real time they had an opportunity to go to playoffs, you actually was in that game, a part of the team. Can you talk about a playoff game? Can you talk about being in a playoff
the experience
game?
of one.
The experience.
Ooh, what's it like?
Being a quarterback.
Well, Josh and Maria, thank you so much for having me on this morning, and thank you for going right to some of the fun parts of the playoff games. You know, it doesn't seem like it's been 18 years since the Browns have been in the playoffs, and I've been saying this, I don't mean it as a joke, but really for the first time this century, you have young kids that are seeing the team and getting the excitement and seeing how much fun it is to have playoff football. And it really brings back those memories of myself in the mid 80s and some of the younger kids now that are adults, having young kids themselves, and they're kind of reflecting back on that era and on those times. And it's almost generational.
All right, now, Bernie, it's the playoffs. You're a QB. What's the difference between your mindset going into a playoff game opposed to a regular season game?
It's absolutely different. When you have the honor to be playing in a playoff game, you know that it's the combination of a hard season and a long season. And here you are within the opportunity to reach your goal, which is winning playoff games to get to the Super Bowl, to get this Super Bowl ring. And when you're that close in the playoffs, the stakes are so much higher. The level of intensity, the physicalness that's going to meet our players this upcoming Sunday, there's no question. You have to raise your level of play. And that level of excitement, that adrenaline that races through your body, even me as a guy in my mid to late 50s right now, that memory still comes back. And that's something that really lasts a lifetime for us players who got the opportunity to play in those games. But for the younger kids that are going in there this week, it's a chance of a lifetime. It's an opportunity. And to match that excitement with this structure and discipline that Coach Stefanski and the organization has put behind him this year, is fun to watch right now.
Yeah, and you mentioned Coach Stefanski. In my opinion, Coach of the Year. Because to bring, and I only say that, Bernie, because you said it. It's a huge drought here. And when you rating a coach, you say, okay, it's not always the coach that wins the Super Bowl, but it's the coach that brings their team through the most turmoil to bring them out. And I can't see a reason why the Browns going to the playoffs doesn't make Stefanski, who was a first-time head coach of the year. What are your thoughts about that?
We're biased as homers here in Cleveland, but I don't think there's any doubt that Coach Stefanski is the NFL Coach of the Year right now. And what even makes that more impressive for him and what he's doing within the organization is he doesn't even seem to care one bit about individual accolades, individual awards like this. He's so focused on the team and his ability to stay consistent throughout the course of the year, to not really care about individual goals. Things like being Coach of the Year has really been, I think, reflective on the players. So when you have a selfless leader like ourselves right now, I think it's easier for the players to kind of fall in line with it. And with Coach Stefanski as the head coach, Andrew Berry, the general manager, the way he's not allowed the team to really wallow around and talk about adversity, talk about excuses. This no excuse mentality that the organization is put together. We'd be remiss if we don't give kudos to Paul DiBattista and the way he's put this organization together. I mean, we know, Josh and Maria, that to be successful, you don't want to be pointing fingers. You don't want to be making excuses. And and if this 2020 year has taught us anything with the pandemic and all the things going on about adversity, this young football team is showing us to not complain, to fight through adversity, to never quit, to not make excuses. I'm proud to be associated with this young team.
Awesome.
That seems like Pittsburgh has always been a thorn in our side.
Right.
Does it make the playoffs even sweeter that we're going to be able to play them and crush them?
Yeah,
it's like what else you get ready to play? You know?
I think it'd be a sweeter victory, Bernie. What do you think about that?
Well, for a little boy growing up in Youngstown, Ohio, who the Three Rivers Jinx, we were 0-16 watching that. For half our city being Steeler fans and half the city being Browns fans, I absolutely get motivated on Steeler week, let alone Steeler playoff week. So I got double the adrenaline.